Hello everyone and welcome to the WCG for match 12 of the 2022 TexBet Australia Day T20 Big Bash, which sees the men in orange smack my pitch up, taking on the six offenders in the final match of the group stage to round us off in Group D. Both of these sides accounting for Nice Gary in their opening contests, so the winner of this fixture will finish top of Group D and avoid a quarter-final matchup against the Puffin Billies. As we take a look at how Group D stands after two matches, and it is the men in orange smack my pitch up who sit it pretty at the top of Group D after their double bonus point win against the two-time champs. The six offenders also accounting for Nice Gary in their opening fixture, picking up a solitary bonus point in their win and currently sit in second position, knowing that a win will send them top of the pile. The captains are in the middle and they're ready for the toss. Top spot up for grabs here in Group D. So it's the six offender skipper Daniel Hancock who wins his second toss of the tournament, and on this occasion he is elected to bat first. As we take a look at his side for this winner takes all clash, they made light work of a weakened Nice Gary outfit, with Nathan Hancock and Riley Cornforth doing the damage with the ball. Riley Cornforth finishing 8 not out at the end to steer his side to a bonus point victory. However, this clash looms to be a tougher test. As we take a look at the men in orange side for this contest, they also hammered Nice Gary in their opening match. Jake Casaccia, the destroyer with the ball, picking up 3 wickets in his solitary over. And then debutant Ryan McFarlane got the business done with the bat. And if they can put one more performance together, they might just finish top of the pile. And just before we get underway, we'd like to thank our major partner for this year's tournament, TexBet, who have been fantastic since jumping on board. Bet local, bet with Tex. So top spot is up for grabs in the final match here of Group D. It's the final match of the group stages. Smack my pitch up and the six offenders meet for a second successive season. We're ready to go. And it will be the skipper Daniel Hancock who will get this innings underway with the bat for the six offenders. Was dismissed for a duck in his side's opening match win against Nice Gary. Can he get his side off to a better start in this one? So top spot up for grabs here in Group D. And it's going to be Ryan McFarlane to bowl to Daniel Hancock first up. Here he's in now, and this one's a good length delivery outside the off stump. And Daniel is watchful first up, unless this one goes through to the keeper. So a good start from both there. Good areas from McFarlane and well watched there from Hancock. Here's McFarlane will continue over the wicket to Hancock in the opening over. Here he's in now, and this one's a full toss. And this one is clipped away on the leg side, and this goes to the boundary. For the opening boundary of the contest was being given as leg byes. Yeah, it is. It's gone for 4 off his leg. The gym clearly working. McFarlane to continue Hancock in the opening over. Here he's in now and Hancock advances. Oh, and this cannot have missed the stumps by much. Well, you're just waiting for the death rattle there. Oh, it sailed over the top. Close call. So we arrive at the final delivery of the opening over. McFarlane into Hancock, and this one has hit his body and gone over the fence. Dot ball to end with, no wicket for 4 after 1. It'll be Jake Casaccia to bowl the second over of the innings. As in now round the wicket here to Hancock. This one's a full delivery, it slides down the leg side, and there's a massive appeal here from the men in orange. Peter Fowler in particular cannot believe it. He is convinced that this has hit the bat on the way through. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a fair way away from his legs. And Daniel looks to start walking there. Well, he may have got away with one there, the six offender skipper. As Casaccia's in once again, and this is a horrible delivery. As he looks to the crowd to say this slipped out of his hand. And that will most definitely have to be called a wide. So the six offenders, no wicket for 5 in the second over. As Casaccia will continue again now to Hancock, and this time he pushes it down the leg side. So it's back-to-back wides here for Casaccia, who was the chief destroyer in his side's opening match win against Nice Gary, but hasn't found his radar so far in this one. As in now to Hancock, oh, he's found his radar now, as Hancock nicks this one through to the keeper. Casaccia picks up yet another wicket in this year's tournament. It's the big wicket of the six offender skipper, who goes for another duck. The six offenders 1 for 6 in the second over, and that wicket will now bring Riley Cornforth to the crease at number 2. Finished off the job against Nice Gary in their opening match win. And he's got some work to do here. So Jake Kasacha, who is unstoppable with the ball in this year's tournament, he will bowl to Cornforth for his first delivery. He's in now, this one's a full toss, but he can't beat Ryan McFarlane there at cover, who gets down well to make the stop. So an intriguing contest here in match 12. As Kasacha will continue again now to Cornforth. Cornforth drops this down into the semicircle, and he'll move through for a single. Well, actually, he's been given a leg by, so Cornforth yet to get off the mark. So the 6 offenders 1 for 7 as we arrive at the final ball of the second over. Here's Kasacha is in now. This one's a full delivery. And is this a wide? No, it must have clipped his leg on the way through. So it's a good start with the ball once again in this contest for the men in orange. They'll be the happier of the two sides at the halfway mark in this innings. The 6 offenders 1 for 7 after 2. The match nicely poised heading into the back end of this innings. So Fowler goes back to McFarlane for the third over of the innings. As he's in now over the wicket, he begins with a full toss and Cornforth hammers this down the ground for his first boundary of the contest. It wasn't the greatest delivery there from McFarlane, but it still needed to be put away, and it was expertly there from Cornforth. The 6 offenders 1 for 11, as McFarlane will continue again now to Cornforth. This one's a full delivery, bang on the money, and Cornforth plays this down the ground, but is fielded by McFarlane off his own bowling for no run. So a good contest is in the final match of the group stage, as McFarlane's in once again to Cornforth, and he just drops this on the fence on the offside and moves through for a single. So smart cricket there from the youngster, who moves along to 5. The 6 offenders 1 for 12 with 7 deliveries remaining in the innings. Here's McFarlane will continue over the wicket to Cornforth, and this one's a full delivery outside the off stump, but it's driven towards Jake Kasacha, who makes the stop. So good this from Cornforth, who is striking the ball nicely so far in this tournament, as McFarlane's in for the final ball of the over, and this is brilliantly clipped off his pads for another boundary for Cornforth. Well, that might just be the shot of the tournament. That is a beauty from the youngster. 1 for 16 with 1 to go. So it's going to be the skipper, Peter Fowler, to bowl the final over here of this innings. Here he's in now, and he begins with a full delivery, but he's pushed this one down the leg side, so this one will have to be re-bowled. So the 6 offenders 1 for 17 with 5 deliveries left in the innings. As Fowler is in once again to Cornforth. Cornforth clips this off his toes brilliantly again, but it's stopped by the fence and the big man McFarlane in conjunction, and it's only a single on this occasion. So Cornforth moves into double figures. He moves along to 10. His side 1 for 18 in the final over. As Fowler is in once again to Cornforth, and he looks like he's missed a full toss here, and that might not have been too far away from the leg stump. Will he be disappointed there, the youngster? As Fowler's in once again to Cornforth now, and this one's definitely a wide, as this one lands off the pitch. So the skipper hasn't found his radar in this final over. As he's in once again to Cornforth, and this one's a back of a length delivery, and he's hammered this Cornforth, but he's hammered it out of the WCG. So his innings comes to an end on 10. Fowler joins the party, picking up his first wicket of the tournament. It seemed to get big on the youngster, and he's gone. So the 6 offenders 2 for 19 in the final over, and that wicket now brings Nathan Hancock to the crease. Can he get his side up towards that 25 mark with 2 balls remaining in the innings? So it'll be Fowler to continue to Hancock over the wicket. Here he's in now, and this one's a wild swing and a miss. Oh, and it's been called a wide by the umpire. Well, that looked tight, but the call goes the 6 offenders' way on this occasion. So 2 for 20 here in the final over. As Fowler is in once again to Hancock, and he can't make contact with this one. It's a good delivery outside the off stump, which has the beating of the former skipper. So we arrive at the final delivery of the innings. It's Fowler into Hancock, and this one's a short delivery which would have been a wide, and Hancock can only chop this onto the fence. Oh, he's going to go through for a second run. Oh, and he caught Jake Kasacha sleeping. So for the first time in a long time, a batsman has run 2 to finish the innings. So in another good effort with the ball from the men in orange, they have restricted the 6 offenders to 2 for 22 off their 20 deliveries. Kasacha and Fowler picking up a wicket each for the Crabs. Riley Cornforth top scoring with 10 for the men in yellow. And it's 23 to get for the men in orange if they're to avoid the mighty Puffin Billies in the quarterfinals. And it's going to be the big man, Ryan McFarlane, who will get this run chase underway for the men in orange. Got the business done at the top of the order against Nice Gary in their opening match win. Can he get the business done once again here and send them top of the pile? So 23 to get here is the target. And it's going to be Nathan Hancock who will bowl the opening over of this run chase. Here he's in now, and this one's a back of a length delivery, and it's played on the leg side to Daniel Hancock for no run to begin with. We don't write the 6 defenders off in this one. They are an impressive bowling outfit. As Hancock is in once again to McFarlane. This one is a swing and a miss outside the off stump. So it's 2 dots to begin with here for the men in yellow. So a good start from Nathan Hancock first up, who's been bang on the money. As you continue again now to McFarlane. This one hits him on the body. He's going to jog through for a single. Sorry, a leg by in the end. And he gets there comfortably. So the Crabs are off and racing here in this run chase. No wicket for 1 in the opening over. Requiring 22 of 17 deliveries. So they've got plenty of time here to get themselves sorted. Here's Hancock is in once again to McFarlane. And this one's a quick delivery which rises. And it's another swing and a miss here from McFarlane. As mentioned earlier, these two have a bit of a history in this tournament. Last year they met in a winner-takes-all clash to round us off in Group C, with the men in orange winning on that occasion and qualifying for the quarterfinals. Here is Hancock is in for the final ball of the over, and it's played towards Hancock. Oh, he just couldn't grab it cleanly as McFarlane sets off for a suicidal single. Well, if Hancock could gather this cleanly, he would have had all the time in the world to take aim and fire, but he didn't, so he hasn't. No wicket for 2 after 1. It'll be the skipper, Daniel Hancock, who'll bowl the second over of the innings. As in now over the wicket here to McFarlane, and it's a full toss. He plays this onto the fence, and he scampers through for a single, as collected at cover there by Riley Cornforth. So the Crabs, no wicket for 3 in the second over. It's been a decent start with the ball here from the men in yellow in this run chase. They've kept McFarlane at bay so far. As Hancock is in once again to McFarlane now. Oh, and he hasn't been kept at bay for long as he's hammered this down the ground for his first boundary. It was a full toss here from Hancock, and it was dispatched here from McFarlane. Smack might pitch up, no wicket for 7. As Hancock will continue again now to McFarlane, and he plays this one off the fence, and it rebounds towards Nathan Hancock for no run. So McFarlane just looking like he's starting to get his eye in here, as he's moved along to 6. As Hancock is in once again to him now, and this one's expertly played on the leg side for his second boundary of the innings. It's a beautiful bit of timing here from McFarlane, who moves along to 10. So the skipper is in for the final ball of the second over. He's in now to McFarlane. This one's a full delivery, and it's hammered down the ground for back-to-back boundaries. McFarlane might just do this all himself here as he moves along to 14. The Crabs 15 without loss after 2. So the men in orange looking odds on to grab top spot in Group D. They require 8 runs off 10 deliveries with all 3 wickets in hand, and the 6 offenders need a wicket, and they need it fast. So it's going to be Riley Cornforth to bowl the third over of the innings. Here he's in now to McFarlane. This one's a good length delivery, and it's hit over the fence. So that's the wicket they needed, the 6 offenders. He's done the business with the bat. Now he's done the business with the ball. As he removes the dangerous McFarlane for 14. Smack might pitch up 1 for 15. So that was just what the doctor ordered for the 6 offenders. As that wicket now brings the skipper, Peter Fowler, to the crease at number 2. Had a decent tournament with the bat in last year's edition. Can he get his side home in this one? And it's going to be Riley Cornforth to bowl to him first up. Here he's in now, and he gets a thick inside edge, but it's well fielded there by Daniel Hancock, the skipper, for no run. So it's 8 from 8 now, as Cornforth will continue again now to Fowler, and this one's pushed down the leg side, so this one will have to be re-bowled. So that just pushes the Crabs ever closer to this target. It's now 7 to get from 8 deliveries. Here these two producing another nail-biter in this tournament. Here's this one's played down the ground from Fowler, and he can't field off his own bowling, can Cornforth. So that's a big boundary in the context of this match for the Orange. Fowler moves along to 4, and they're just 1 hit away now. Smack might pitch up, requiring 3 off 7 deliveries. Here's Cornforth is in once again to Fowler, and this one's a back of a length delivery. It's played away on the onside, but it's pounced upon by Daniel Hancock for no run. So a priceless dot there for the men in yellow. We arrive at the final delivery of the third over. It's Cornforth around the wicket to Fowler. This one's a full toss, and it's hammered down the ground, and there it is for the men in orange. They will top Group D Fowler finishes 8 not out to guide the men in orange past the six offenders for the second time in 2 years to finish top of the pile as these two sides produce another beauty to round us off in the group stage. So in another thorough performance from the men in orange, who are building a pretty comprehensive case for tournament dark horses, they have got the chocolates in this one by 2 wickets. McFarlane top scoring for the men in orange with 14 to guide his side towards the target as they breeze through the group stages with a 100% record. So as we take a look at how Group D finished after 3 matches, it is the Crabs who finished with a 100% record to top Group D. They finish on 6 points after their double bonus point win against Nice Gary in their opening match. The six offenders finish on 3 points in second spot after acquiring a bonus point in their fixture against Nice Gary. And it is the 2-time champions who are rooted to the bottom of the table for the first time in a long time. So the group stage is done. It's do or die cricket from here on in as we look ahead to the knockout stage. Quarterfinal 1 sees the 2-time champions How's That taking on the defending champions Young Money Cash Money. Quarterfinal 2 sees the Nif Nuffs taking on the 2019 champions Wet Up. Quarterfinal 3 sees the informed Puffin Billies taking on many's pick for the tournament dark horses, the 6 offenders, which shapes to be an absolute beauty. And quarterfinal 4 sees the men in orange smack my pitch up, taking on tournament debutants taking over in what looms to be a juicy encounter. So as we look ahead to quarterfinal 1, it is the 2-time champions How's That who finished with a 100% record in Group A, taking on the defending champions Young Money Cash Money, who are looking to become the first side to go back-to-back in tournament history. This first one shapes to be an absolute classic. The knockout stage is coming up next.